What's up, you guys? Welcome back to the My Virgo Friend podcast. I am CheChe, your movement and meditation coach. We're going to be talking about the Sagittarius full moon that we have going on this weekend. But before we get started, let's go for our 3 deep breaths in through the nose, exhale fully through the mouth to reset the energy. Breathe in. And take a sip of your beverage. I have several beverages around me. I think my tea is cooled off. Ah, that's hot. All right. So shout out to the Geminis, all the air signs, Gemini, Aquarius, and Libra. Cheers. Shout out to the water signs, Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio. Cheers. Shout out to the earth signs, Capricorn, Virgo, and Taurus. Cheers. And last but not least, shout out to the fire signs, Aries, Leo, and the Sagittarius. Cheers, cheers, cheers. Also, shout out to all the fire moons, specifically Sagittarius moon. So if you have the Sagittarius moon placement, cheers to you. But also Leo moons, Aries moons, y'all can get included on this toast as well. All right. So cheers, cheers, cheers. I'm going to take this thing off because I feel like it's making me do more work than I need to. All right. So if you're listening to me on audio, shout out to the Spotify listeners, shout out to the Apple Podcast listeners, iHeartRadio. If you're listening on Stitcher, tune in. If you went to my website and just, click there and listen to the podcast there, if you click the link in my bio and access the podcast there, wherever you're listening from, I am so grateful. I'm so happy. Thank you for being here. But again, if you are listening to me on audio, that's awesome. But I am going to upload this episode on YouTube. So check me out on my YouTube channel at CheChe Babe, CheCheBabe. Remember, you can also add me on Instagram at CheChe Babe, CheCheBabe, as well as My Virgo Friend podcast. I do have my co-host sitting beside me, King Conan, my Gemini guy. He just celebrated his birthday at the beginning of the week on the 30th. Happy birthday, baby. I love you. He is the big 11, you guys. All right. So again, if you're watching on YouTube, you get to see my baby, my co-host, King Conan, my debonair dog. All right. Shout out to any other fur babies celebrating their birthday. If you have a Gemini dog, Gemini cat, Gemini fish, whatever pet that you have, lizard, iguana. All right. Shout out to all the fur babies. All right, you guys. So we are officially in June, you guys. We have made it to the 6th month of the year. We are about halfway done. We are in the final month of spring. All right. At the end of the month, we will be entering the summer season. So the weather is still nice and breezy, sunny, shiny skies. Some days we have the overcast. Every now and then we'll have like a rainy day. But for the most part, the weather is going to be nice, warm, breezy. So use this opportunity to enjoy the elements because as recent years has shown, when it gets hot outside, it's going to get really hot where people want to stay inside and not enjoy nature as much. So really use this opportunity. For example, shout out to the Atlanta Acro community. They have several meetups during the week, every single week. And on Tuesday is the largest gathering. And I've been meaning to go out there on Tuesday evening so I can enjoy acro yoga because I know when it gets really hot outside, I'm not going to be wanting to stunt and sweat, slipping, dripping on everybody else, while I'm doing acro poses and stuff. So I'm like, I need to take advantage of this beautiful weather now. All right. So if you had the idea to do a picnic or to grill outside or to go to a sunflower field, a flower field, or botanical gardens or something where you're outdoors. All right. Don't keep putting it off. Go ahead and enjoy the time now. Enjoy the season now. Enjoy the spring now. Enjoy the season that we're in. All right. So just let that be a reminder to you to get outside, to enjoy life, to appreciate the sun, appreciate the moon, appreciate the wind, appreciate the rain, like all of the seasons. all of the weather, like the weather that we're in right now, like really just allow yourself to be present. Okay. So it is a full moon week. I already released the episode for this previous week, but I really wanted to talk about the Sagittarius full moon that we have coming up this weekend. It is a fire moon. Sagittarius is a fire element and it's mutable fire. Okay. There are three different types of signs. It could be a fixed sign, cardinal sign, or a mutable sign. Sagittarius is mutable. You know, we have four elements: fire, earth, air, water. Sagittarius is fire, therefore it is mutable fire. It is adaptability. It is the not only the ability to change, but the willingness to change. All right, when it comes to action, when it comes to goals, when it comes to your passions. Sagittarius energy is okay or comfortable with adapting. Like, so if there's a roadblock or if there is a change of plans, they have no problem just adapting to what the new plan is. You know, it's like a learn as you go type of energy. All right. With Sagittarius, it is the sign of the philosopher, higher knowledge. It is the sign of being of learning, like learn, like I don't know why vicariously is coming to me right now. I don't want to say like someone living vicariously through you, because Sagittarius is very much truth seeker energy. Like I would give it like an honorary air sign. If it had be another element, I would say Sagittarius is an honorary air sign. And I say that because they are invested in learning. They are invested in learning about other cultures. I've noticed that Sagittarius, they tend to be foodies. They're really good at learning other cultures. So if you find that in recent times or in this next couple of days, you find that there is a program of study that you want to take on, or if there is a program of study that you've been meaning to do for the past couple of years, but just haven't pulled the trigger on it, and you feel that's your truth, you feel that's what you should be doing, you feel that's what would make you happy, you feel that's what would make you feel that you're on top of the world, you know, because Sagittarius energy is the arrow. It is aiming onward and upward. Okay. It's that onward and upward energy. It is, you know, aiming for the what is it? Aim for the moon. So no, aim for the moon so you can shoot for the stars or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like it's gonna go for the highest, grandest, most explosive, most fun, most energized route. Okay. So when I think of fire, specifically Sagittarius energy, it's energizing, right? It is fun because fire energy in general, right, including Aries and Leo, it does have that warm, inviting, fun energy. Okay. Fire energy also relates to the inner child. Okay. And even though Sagittarius is the oldest of the fire signs, right? Because we have Aries, which is the cardinals, the youngest fire. Then halfway through, you have Leo, which is like the young adult years, right? Or the teenage, you know, yeah, young adult years for Leo, right? Again, fun. And then Sagittarius is like the adult that has the money to spend to travel the world. Like Sagittarius energy is also giving me globetrotter energy. They love to travel. Again, learning about other cultures. So if you want somebody to go on a road trip with you, ask a fire sign, specifically a Sagittarius. All right. They're gonna have like all the research and knowing like where to go, what to do, where to eat, where are the best museums, where are the best things to do to get a sense of fulfillment. All right. For Sagittarius energy with this full moon, remember full moons is all about illumination, right? Things coming to light, full circle moments, epiphanies, aha moments, and releasing, you know, finally letting go of ideas, visions, relationships, things, belongings, stuff that just doesn't spark any joy anymore, people that just aren't serving your needs anymore, ideas that aren't helping you to get to the next level. So when it comes to the Sagittarius full moon, there may be some harsh truths coming to life for you. There may be some truths that were buried deep down, right? Because we just had the Scorpio full moon about a month ago, about 4 weeks ago, where we did the work to go deep to say, you know what, deep down inside, this is how I feel. Actually, I really feel like this, and I hadn't thought about it in months. I hadn't thought about those feelings in years. But since you're here, since you've stirred up these feelings in me, yeah, I did love you. Okay. Yes, I did want to marry you. Yes, I did want to have kids with you. Oh, yes, I did. like any type of truths that's coming to light, right? And so it's like because of the Scorpio full moon, and I want you to think back to like 4 weeks ago, maybe even 6 weeks ago, the days or weeks leading up to the Scorpio full moon. Did you have an epiphany or a realization that you had to go deeper with some feelings? Like maybe, for example, maybe you weren't mad in the moment, but now that the opportunity has represented itself and you've had a chance to go back to those emotions, to go back to how you were feeling at that time, and you're strong enough now to say, you know what, actually, I'm pissed off about how it ended. I'm not happy with the way things ended between us. I'm not happy with my life right now because of the choices I made a year ago, 2 years ago, 5 years ago. I'm actually not happy with the choices I made, because with Gemini season in tarot, I pull tarot cards, right? In tarot, Gemini is represented by the Lover's card. The Lover's card is the number 6 card. June is the 6th month. June is the number of harmony, okay? Triple sixes get a bad rep because it's the number of the devil, whatever. But in this case right now, 6 is the number of harmony, and that's what you need to think of it as, all right? So as I was saying, in tarot, the Lover's card is Gemini energy, and it represents a head over heart decision. So in this season, in Gemini season, in the Sagittarius full moon season, I want you to make a head over heart decision about the things you love, a head over heart decision about the people that you love, head over heart decision about experiences that you have kept near and dear to your heart. It could have been concerning with people you love. That could be people you love on a family level, people you love on a friend level, people you love on a lover's level, people you love on a friend level that you didn't realize that was a lover's level. Okay, so there's levels to this, right? There's different ways of feeling, there's different ways of being and enjoying energy and processing emotions, right? So with the Sagittarius energy, hopefully you feel inspired, hopefully you feel a spark of inspiration to say how you feel, to be the truth seeker, truth teller that you know that you are. Maybe in the past you were a people pleaser. You really didn't want to share how you really felt about something or how you felt about someone. And so you just bit your tongue. You just kept your peace and you didn't really make too much of a fuss about it. But now you're in a space where you feel stronger. Perhaps you're in a space where you feel more emotionally fulfilled and you're comfortable speaking your truth. Or perhaps the situation has changed so much to where you can say whatever you want because no movement is going to happen anyway. Conan, please. Conan, do that in your room, baby. You know I don't like seeing or hearing that. Thank you. So perhaps, like, for example, say they had a child, right? They have a 1-year-old. And it's like, oh, deep and down in your heart, you don't want anyone with kids, especially someone with fresh kids, right? Especially someone that has fresh kids and a partner that still want their family together, okay? So you know that, like, you could say whatever you want. You can spill your truth to them because ain't like they can come at you. They caught up with their family. They caught up with their child because clearly you want someone that's going to be a responsible parent, right? You want somebody that's going to be a responsible mother to their kids. You want somebody that's going to be a responsible father to their kids. They're not going to have no time for you. All right. They should be obsessed and invested with their kid or with their family. You know what I'm saying? Being the best man they could be. Right. So, again, going back to those harsh truths, you may be realizing, oh my God, I do love this person, but they're married now. Oh my God, I do love this person, but they have a newborn now. Oh my God, I do love this person, but they want to work through this failing marriage they already have. They want to stick it out with this person. They really do love that person. And because I love them, I want to encourage them to seek their truth, right? That's love, right? Love is wanting the best for someone else, even if you don't benefit from it, right? When it comes down to it, it's like if you truly love them and care about them, be their friend, right? And again, that goes with the Lover's card, making a head over heart decision. It's like, do you even like your friend? Do you even like your lover? Do you love your friend? Just really processing those two energies, like versus love. As I've been saying, Gemini season talks about the duality, right? So the duality, the fine line between I like you, I like you, I like you to I love you. Oh my God, I feel way more feelings than I thought before. All right. So if you've been feeling this about someone, or maybe even about yourself, maybe up until this point, you hadn't even really liked yourself. Maybe you hadn't liked what you've seen in the mirror. Perhaps you hadn't found ways to express love for yourself. All right. Personally, for me, I don't really take selfies like that. I just don't, okay? And it's for different reasons. Most times because I just don't feel pretty. I just don't feel attractive at the time. Even though, dead ass, I get compliments all the time. I get compliments on my hair, dead ass every single day, not even kidding. And like I before I jumped on, I had to start saying an affirmation like, thank you for the money. Not just saying thank you, because I program myself to just say thank you all the time. And now I'm saying, oh, I'm saying thank you for all the compliments. Yeah, the compliments are nice, but send your girl some money. Okay. Thank you for your payment. So that's what I'm going to start saying now to condition myself. Thank you for your payment. Thank you for your monetary support. Thank you for your donation. All right. Because that's what I want. The compliments are cool, but put something in my hand. Shit. Okay. And this is a great time to remind you to give your girl a 5-star review for the podcast. If you're listening on Spotify, found the spot where you can leave me a review real quick. If you're listening up until this point, you like what you hear. All right. So leave me a review, preferably a 5-star review. Help the podcast to grow. Help me to gain in my podcastery, if that's a word. But yes, and thank you to all the supporters thus far. But going back to the Sagittarius energy and this harsh truth, this need to be honest about how you feel so you can move on, right? Think about it. Most of us have either somebody that got away or someone that you used to like on a friend level, but you never have had the guts to tell them that you actually like them more as a friend. There is probably someone that showed you so much love in the friendship, you didn't realize till months or years later that you actually loved them too. Even though they may not have said it to you, they showed you with their actions that they loved you. And perhaps months, years later, you're realizing, oh shit, they actually loved me. They showed me what love feels like because of my friendship with this person from my past. I now understand what love feels like. Damn, I wish I could tell them. Dang, I wish I could show them how much I love them too. I wish I could show my appreciation for them of how much I'm so grateful for the love they show me. I wish I could give them a big old hug. I wish I could make out with them. I wish I could make love to them. Damn, I love them because they loved me first. So if you have that experience, if you've been having that experience, if you've been having that realization, that aha moment, that damn it, realization, take a sip. Like the truth sets you free, but only when you free it from your body, right? Like when you put it somewhere else or when you give it to someone else to deal with, right? But like while it's eating away at you, it can eat away at you at times, right? So if you can agree, touch and agree that you also have this feeling, this experience of like, dang, I love this person. I love my friend. I love that lover. Like maybe it was somebody that you were just, kicking it with, just messing around here and there, friends with benefits, nothing too serious, just real platonic, when you give each other the look, we send each other the text, you know what time it is, you know what's up, right? But it was just always platonic. And maybe some time has passed and it's like, dang, I chose the wrong one. I chose the wrong person. I chose the wrong friend. Oh, fuck. I chose the wrong one. Okay. So, again, because I had the message, you're not the only one, like a couple of episodes back, and I know where it was coming from. But also keep that in mind too. If they're having this realization about you, they could also be having this realization about others. For example, I've had like at least 3 people show up, 3 past friends show up in recent times on the energy of like I miss you, on the energy of nobody did it like you, on the energy of fuck, like on the energy of like like, dang it, I wish I can go back and like redo. I wish I could make different choices. I wish you were the one I was with, and that energy is coming to me. And yes, it's flattering, but it kind of pisses me off at the same time too, because I know how I felt at the time. And, every situation was different, but some situations is news to me on how they felt. Other situations it's like, duh, like, how could you not see how I felt about you, And when you have that situation where you already knew how you felt about somebody, you cared about them deeply, you liked them, you maybe even loved them, and they come back to you sometime later, weeks later, years later, to say, oh my God, I love you too. But it's a situation where nothing can be done because neither one of you are available, or you're too far apart, or they have a child, or they're married, or they're not divorced yet, or they're in some type of restrictive situation, or they have some type of boundaries enforced to where the connection can never be, or not at this time, and not now doesn't mean not ever, but fuck, what good is it if not now, right? Because again, Sagittarius energy is about freedom. It's about freedom from restrictions. It's about, you can't put me in a box. You can't put me in a corner. You can't tell me what to do. You can't tell me how to feel. It's freedom. It's fire freedom. And like, fire signs in general is a freedom sign, right? But with Sagittarius especially, it's about freedom, travel, being open-minded. Remember, we're still in Gemini season, so Sagittarius has that understanding and love for duality as well. Like, what else is out there? Who else is out there? Even though this is the biggest goal I've had for myself since I was a child, could I dream bigger? I'm sure all of the things that Beyonce is manifesting right now, it was on this level. Like, she probably had the idea of going on tour, period. But now she has tours, that's racking in billions of dollars. Like, she probably didn't start with $1 billion goal. It probably started with just going on tour, period, and then having her own headlining tour, and then a sold out tour, and then a particular stadium or a particular city sold out tour. You know what I'm saying? Like, you elevate and grow as you gain more experience. So with Sagittarius energy, it is about gaining experience, gaining knowledge. And with gaining experience, gaining knowledge, you're going to gain loves, right? The love of food, the love of travel, the love of people, the love of community, the love of this particular culture, Spanish culture, French culture, Caribbean culture, right? You're going to be seeing a lot of carnivals going on right now, right? But again, with the Sagittarius energy, with the traveling and finding new loves, right? The love of food, the love of culture, the love of travel, the love of new knowledge, right? The love of new people. Because as you do this traveling, you're meeting these people that's sharing this knowledge with you, that's sharing these tidbits of wisdom with you, that's helping you to have these experiences that you fall in love with, right? And these people, these energetic bodies, make imprints on your soul, so much so they could feel like a soul mate, right? So with the Sagittarius energy, you may reflect on previous soulmates you've had. I know for me, I have at least three significant Sagittarius soulmates in the past that I can't talk about because I start crying because it pisses me off so much of how things ended. All three of them, right? But then again, my Saturn, and your Saturn planet is like your granddad energy. It teaches you the lesson. It's the teacher that's mean. It's the mean principal. It's like the waving your finger energy, your Saturn placement. My Saturn is a Sagittarius. So I've noticed in my study, as I study energy over the years, and I promise y'all a book is coming, right? But as I've studied Sagittarius energy pertaining to me, it's always teaching me a lesson. And it's usually teaching me a lesson on valuing myself more, right? Not allowing myself to just be discarded, to just be, because remember, fire energy, they love you, they love you, they love you. But when they're bored with you, when they're done with you, they're done with you, right? They don't even have to come back and forth, like When the flame is gone, the flame is gone, right? And unless they're taking out the bic and flicking it a few times to reignite the flame, they're going to find another flame. They're going to find another wick. They're going to find another candle. All right. Until they're done with that one. But that's a little fire sign shade. Okay. Cheers to all the fire signs and your shady, ghosty asses. On the shadow side, right? We all have the shadow, shady, ghosty side, depending on what we're dealing with in the zodiac sign, right? But I digress. Also, be mindful of people getting spicy in their conversations getting hot. Remember, mutable fire, right? It's not like a fixed fire where it's like we can go all day. We can go all day just back and forth, sparring. Mutable fire is like, oh, okay, we start an argument. Okay, now somebody pull out a gun. Okay, we're arguing. Now somebody done punch because it's pivoted. It's pivot energy. It's pivoting fire. It's mutable fire. So it's like, okay, we started fighting. Now somebody is vandalizing the car. Now somebody is blowing out tires. Now somebody is smashing the window. It's mutable fire. Like you don't know what's going to be the next fire. You don't know what's coming next. Okay. It's explosive. It's chaotic. It's dramatic. It's, oh my God, I didn't expect that to happen. Yeah, because it's mutable fucking fire. All right. So with the fire energy, be mindful of spicy conversations, be mindful of conversations getting overheated, anything getting overheated, cars getting overheated, the babies. Okay, parents, you need to adapt the habit of looking over your right shoulder. Look over your shoulder. Is there anything in the back seat ever? Even if you think you're driving by yourself, is there anything in the back seat? Okay, if you have an SUV, a van, check all the rows every time before you get out of the car. Every time, even adapt the habit. Look over your shoulder, scan the back seat, close the door, walk around, looking through the windows, all around the car, and then go into the store. Make sure there's not a child in your back seat to overheat, okay? Is it really happening that, like, are people that forgetful, or are people just pussying out and trying to kill their children and blaming it on a overheated car and saying they forgot? All right. So, all right. And that's shade to the parents that are doing that with that evil ass intention. Okay. Shame on you. All right. Shame on you for anybody that's attempted to do that for real. All right. But let me get out of this energy. Please, if you're a parent, if you are a babysitter, if you are an Uber, Lyft driver, if you have anybody in your car, adapt the habit, even if you drive alone. Because if you've seen Urban Legend, you know what I'm talking about. All right. Make sure there's no one hiding in your back seat ready to machete your head off. Okay. So adapt the habit of looking over your shoulder. Is there anything in the back seat? There may be some ice cream you forgot that you bought. Get the damn ice cream before it melts, okay? Get the child at the back seat. Make sure there's not an elderly parent, an elderly adult, all right, in the back seat, taking a nap, waiting for you to come back out the store, all right? Make sure they get out the car with you. You don't know how long you're going to be inside. Make sure everybody gets out the car. Don't turn the car off and leave somebody in the car, all right? If you're in the car as a passenger and someone turns off the car and wants to run inside with quick, you're going to get hot and overheat. Just go in the car in the store with them, all right? Don't, because then eventually you're going to get out and then you're going to have to leave the car doors unlocked, and they're going to be pissed that you left their car unlocked, but you're going to be mad that they try to leave you in a hot car. So you see what I'm talking about? This has happened before. So be mindful. Look in the back seat. Make sure no one's in the back seat. Make sure nothing's in the back seat that needs your attention. Any technology equipment, okay? Make sure there's no technology equipment in the backseat that could overheat, right? A camera. If you're a vlogger, if you're a content creator, make sure your expensive ass technology is not waiting in the car to be overheated, okay? Make sure it's not melting with all of your other technology and things, okay? So make sure your iPhone is not overheating. If you have one of those docks, if you have one of those docks on your dashboard to where you prop your phone up, be mindful that your phone is likely to overheat quicker, because 9 times out of 10 when you're driving, the sun is hitting your dashboard and it's focusing that heat, that solar heat, onto your phone. Okay, it's happened to me plenty of times when my phone is about to overheat. Okay, so make sure you keep a check on that to where your phone doesn't overheat, and make sure finally you don't overheat. Please don't be that dumbass that waits until 2, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, puts on a full sweatsuit, a head cap, thick ass socks, thick ass shoes, and want to run laps. don't even have a destination, just running down the street. And then you don't have a water bottle. You didn't put anything on your stomach before you left the house. All right. So now you're halfway down your destination with no water, no partner to carry your ass. Okay. No sense to just sit on the ground, wait it out, maybe even lay down on the ground to ground yourself, right? And maybe not by the ants. Okay. Make sure there's no dog poop just laying around that you can lay down in, right? No water. What are you doing? Stop running outside. All these gym memberships, Planet Fitness is like $10 a month. All right. Anytime Fitness. All right. There's a lot of affordable gym memberships. Even still, stay in the house. There's a lot of aerobic content. Okay. Not just DVDs, but pick a channel, pick a YouTube channel. All right. There's so much content virtually to where you can stay inside where it's cool and it's safe. All right. It's not about how much you sweat, beloved. It's about how consistent can you be to invest in an exercise, okay? Do not cause yourself to have a heat stroke because you're trying to drop 10 pounds by the weekend. You're trying to drop 10 pounds by the end of the month. You're trying to drop 10 pounds by the cruise, by the wedding, by the event. Your health, your mental health is worth more. Okay. So do not, I repeat, do not wait until the hottest part of the day to run outside fully covered where no air, no energy can escape your body. You are trapping the energy in. You're going to pass out, possibly have a heat stroke. Then you're not going to be any good. You're going to miss the event that you're trying to lose weight for. Okay. It's not about being in shape because circle is a shape, box is a shape. Okay. It's not about being in shape. So get that out of your head. Get that small talk out of your head about being in shape. It's about being healthy. Okay. You can be skinny, slim, and still be out of shape. You could still, or pardon me, you could still be slim or skinny and still be in poor health. Because again, we're not saying in shape, out of shape anymore. That you could say, oh, they have an appealing figure, a nice figure, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And I guess that's still talking about the shape. But what I'm trying to get at, the goal, the top tier, is not the shape, because there's a lot of BBLs jiggling around in poor health. All right. So yes, shapes are cool. Figures are nice. All right. You want to have an appealing, charming shape, but that's not the end goal. Sagittarius energy, the end goal, are you healthy? Okay. Can you squat and not tip back? All right. When back that thing comes on, back that thing up comes on, and you're running to the dance floor, are you gonna trip and fall? Okay. Can you dance for a whole house music segment? Okay. Can you dance to EDM music at a festival nonstop without taking a break? Okay. If you're out in public and a mass of people start running and you don't know why, but you start running with them because unbeknownst to you, maybe there's a mass shooter or whatever. But nonetheless, there's a whole bunch of people running in your direction and you need to start hauling ass at the drop of a dime. Can you do that? All right. Are you in good health or are you in poor health? And again, coming back to the harsh truths. All right. Maybe your harsh truth is that, yeah, you may have a pretty figure, but you're in poor health. Okay. Yes, you may be attractive to the eye, but your pee is yellow because you don't drink enough water. Ew. Okay. Maybe you are in shape, but you hadn't had an STD test in years. Gross. And you've definitely had unprotected sex with multiple partners. Ew. Okay. So what's the harsh truth about yourself, right? Is your harsh truth is that you are lying, you're sneaking around, you're cheating. What's your harsh truth? And again, we're tapping into the shadow side now. Is your truth is that you're a hater? Is your truth is that you're lazy, you're inconsistent, you're overweight, you are actually ugly, you're actually not as pretty as you think, you're actually not as hot as you think, you're not as smart as you think, you are not as accomplished or successful as you thought or as people filled your head to be, right? What is you're a bad parent, you suck as a parent, you suck as a child, okay, you suck as a sibling, you suck as a or you're awful as a fraternity brother, you're awful as a sorority sister. You're not going to reach your dreams because you don't put in enough work. You're actually not going to manifest your wildest imagination because you don't put in the work. You actually not going to manifest your dreams because you actually don't even believe in it yourself. yourself, because actually when you start to think about the manifestation that you want, you immediately follow with how it's not going to be possible, how it's going to be so hard or take so long. So what is the harsh truth that you need to address about yourself? Because the sooner we face the truth, the sooner we can move on. Think about it. Anything that's been buried in the past, that's pissed you off, that has giving you some sense of trauma, it's because it's like unfinished in some kind of way, right? It's unfinished because the other person doesn't know how you truly feel, or maybe you hadn't said what the truth was to that person. Maybe you've had conversations with this person, but you hadn't been honest, truthfully, brutally honest about how you feel, and it's been left unsaid. And so that's the part that's eating away with you. Or perhaps it's because it's a secret that you've been forced to keep because you got it in the devilment with someone else, and it's their crime or their trauma, but you have to keep the secret too because you swore secrecy to them. And because you want to spill the truth, it's eating away at you, right? Like it's unsettled, right? So anything that's bothering you in the past, it's because it's like an unsettled truth or an unspoken truth or an untapped in truth. So the sooner that you tap in, the sooner that you do the work, the sooner that you do this shadow work to say, you know what? This is actually what it is. And it pisses me off, or it makes me sad. It makes me angry. It makes me happy. It makes me, actually pretty content to know that they're struggling. It actually makes me happy to know that karma is kicking their ass. Like, what's your harsh truth? We're not all perfect. We all have dark sides. We all have parts of us that the other side doesn't know about. And again, we're still in Gemini season. We're still dealing with duality. So when it comes to your deep, dark truth, what are you going to launch your arrow? Okay. What are you launching your Sagittarius arrow towards? What are you aiming for? What is the highest of the high? How much bigger could you get? Could you dream bigger? All right. This is the season to say, nah, dream bigger. This is the season to say, my ancestors are protecting me. Okay. Because again, Sagittarius energy is very spiritual. It's very much on ethereal and on the spiritual plane. Okay. Seeking higher knowledge, seeking, higher level thinking, right? If you engage in higher level thinking, or if you enjoy personal development, professional development, Sagittarius energy all the way. Okay. How can we refine our fire? How can we refine our fire? Refinement can come through additional study, higher knowledge of study, right? Going to get another certificate, going to get another degree, completing a course of study, studying abroad, doing something on a higher level of knowledge, intelligence, seeking higher spirituality. So around this time, some people may be having a come to Jesus moment. Some people may be realizing they want to invest more time in their Islamic practice. Some people may realize, oh, I want to be Wiccan, I want to be pagan, I actually want to tap more into my witch energy. Some people may just have a spiritual awakening, a spiritual enlightenment, to where you're realizing, oh, let me start studying crystals, let me start studying sacred geometry. Like, that's something that came to me recently, sacred geometry. I was just drawn to the cards, and then as I read up on it, it's an ancient tool, it's an ancient practice or whatever. So I'm studying ancient sacred geometry right now. But if there's something come to you, maybe you're interested in oracle cards. Like, I was listening to the Read podcast the other day, and random as fuck, they don't talk about astrology at all. But one of the hosts, I think his name is Kid Fury, he started talking about oracle cards, and they pulled a card. I'm like, oh, look how mainstream tarot and all this stuff is starting to become. Some people see it as like a joke, they see it as lighthearted, and fine. Everyone goes through their process and their journey when it comes to spirituality, right? Some people are going to take it more seriously than others. Totally fine, totally cool. Find your way. But if you do find yourself wanting to tap into some type of spiritual practice, it could be a religious practice, it could be a spiritual practice with a community, a spiritual practice in solitude by yourself. Maybe you're not telling people what you're interested in. Maybe you're not telling people that you're actually interested in tarot because they think you're a Christian, and you're starting to question your Christian beliefs, because every time you're in Sunday service, it's like, hold up, something ain't right in the water. I need something more than what I'm getting here. Okay. Know that you are also going to be one of your best teachers because you have a recording, you have a literal recording in your body of all of your experiences, all of the experiences that have shaped you. Yes, you may have forgotten some. Yes, some may have been traumatic to where you've stowed them away, you've buried them, you haven't wanted to really process how it makes you feel, but nonetheless, it's still a part of you and it's still part of what shapes you. Okay. So, as I go ahead and wrap up this episode with the Sagittarius full moon, it is fire. You are going to want to work with the element of fire. So, this is energy exertion, going to the gym, doing activities that you love, playing basketball. I got an invite last night to come to a dance class. Am I going to go tonight? I don't know. Haven't really had the inspiration to dance lately because some other stuff that happened regarding dance that just really kind of like blew my flame out a little bit, kind of, sort of, a little bit. But I was invited last night to go to a class. So then I have to assess, is this my truth? Yes, you want me to come to class, but yeah, probably because nobody has been coming to your class. Probably because you trying to reach a goal, a financial goal to buy some tickets or something. You trying to sell out your classes. It ain't because you want me there. You just want bodies up in there. So then I have to assess my truth. What's my truth? Do I truly want to dance or do I want to be seen? Do I want to be seen as dependable and reliable? Oh, if you reach out to CheChe, she'll come to class. Like, what's going to be my truth today? I still hadn't decided because I also hadn't danced in a couple of weeks. And y'all know when it comes to the full moons, I try to do some type of ritual, usually try to help a dance class just to um, recalibrate my energy. So I may go tonight, right? Because fire energy. I need to do something where I'm sweating. So with fire energy, you want to work with the energy and the element of fire, the energy of sweat, energy exertion. So doing things that you love, dancing, playing basketball, painting, whatever artistry that you do, writing, working on your business. If earning money is a great hobby that you love, do that. Okay. But something where you're working with your fire, something that you're passionate about. What are you passionate about? If you're not clear on what you're passionate about, this will be a great time to figure that shit out. What are you passionate about? Because you need to invest time in doing that this weekend in some kind of way, even if it's just writing down the plan of attack of how you're going to get back into that fire. Do that. All right. Do something that's going to make you happy. Do something that lights you up, something that connects your root chakra, sacral chakra, and solar plexus chakra, red, orange, yellow. I need all three of those colors fused together. And you need to get clear on what it is that you love. What would you do for free? What would you do nonstop? What could you do? Just something that lights you up and you would do it for free, no problem. Maybe it's DJing, like you could curate playlists all day, whatever, just for the vibes. Like whatever it is that's going to get you sweating, energetically excited. Like think about when you're sweating, you're kind of tired in the body, but you have this big ass smile on your face to where you still want to exert even more energy. Like what just came to me is doing acro yoga. Love acro yoga. It's so challenging at times, but I have so much fun. Exert so much energy. I sweat a lot, but damn, I be having so much fun. Dance. When I'm in dance class, I usually dance full out every time because I believe in you perform how you practice. And I also want to push myself to see how much can I go and push myself hard, and you know what I'm saying, and keep the quality of level of dance there. So think about what you would do. You're energetically putting out this energy, right? You're sweating. You're kind of tired in the body a little bit, but you're smiling big as fuck. You feel good. You want to do it again. You want to do it another day. You want to do it again with these people, or maybe it's a solo activity that you're doing. You want to do it again by yourself, whatever the case may be. Get clear on what you love. Feel the fear and do it anyway. Sagittarius energy, fire energy is also about facing your fears. So face your fears on speaking your truth. Face your fears on sharing what you love with the world. Face your fears on your shadow side, the parts of you don't like, the parts of you that you don't want it to be your truth. Like, yes, it may be your shadow. Yes, it may be your truth, but you don't want it to be your truth and you want to change that. Okay. So, what is that for you? You can change it. You're the director of your life. You're the co creator with spirit, with universe. You can pivot. whenever you're ready. You can pivot your fire. You can manipulate your fire whenever you want. And Sagittarius energy is also manipulation. I'm also doing the snake hand with my hand. Sagittarius is snaky energy as well. So some people may slide in your world. They may slide out. You may not have realized or noticed someone that's just kind of just weaseled on out of your life, and you're like, oh shit, I ain't realized they ghosted me. So like a lot of people, they're gonna be realizing, oh shoot, they ghosted me. Okay, because again, fire energy is ghosty energy on the shadow side. Okay, so do your full moon rituals, working with fire, exert energy, do something that's gonna make you sweat. Shout out to everybody that's having sex. Good for you. All right, so have sex as if you're able to. And when you're having sex, I want you to visualize what you want to manifest, and hopefully you have a climax. Hopefully you orgasm. Hopefully you have a considerate partner that's going to make sure you get yours as well. All right. Think about what you want to manifest, what you want to bring into the world. What do you want to materialize in your atmosphere? Sweating, exerting energy, sex, fire rituals. So if you have some type of bonfire you can attend, great. If you can do some type of fire burning rituals safely, okay, especially if you live in an apartment, be safe, be smart, all right? Use your fucking mind. Pretty sure you could anyway, be safe, okay? Take that how you will. And always be mindful of other people, be mindful of your other surroundings when you're doing any type of rituals, whether it's, ooh, I just lost my hearing in my right ear for some reason. I have this high-pitched buzzing right now in my right ear. Wow. All right, so I'm gonna have to wrap this up. Okay, so ooh, it is a high-pitched ringing in my right ear. All right, let me boogie. I will do, oh, it dissipated. Ooh, maybe I'm gonna get a truth soon. Oh, okay. It's something on the screen that's like speaking to me right now. It's reminding me of somebody. But I hope you enjoyed this episode. Happy Sagittarius full moon. Clean your spaces, release energy that doesn't serve you. If you hadn't worn it in a year or two, are you ever really gonna wear it? Okay. Donate the clothes. Rearrange your furniture, research feng shui. Okay. Get fresh flowers, fire in the home, okay? Some music, play music in the home, um, bring some new energy in the home. So like cooking up a spicy meal or a cultural meal or ethnic meal or some flavorful meal, or a meal that brings memories, okay? A meal that connects you with your ancestors, a meal that connects you with someone from the spirit side is coming to me right now. Sauces, working with sauces and spices, okay? Also, whatever you need to finish, wrap that shit up. We are in the 6th month of 2023. This is also the time to reassess the first 6 months, the first half of the year. What have you done? What have you not done? And what will you now invest for the next 6 months? I want you to go ahead and start outlining and thinking about, pardon me, from Cancer season until the end of the year, from July until the end of the year, what will be my focus? Because for the first 6 months, this has worked, this has not worked, or this could have worked if I put in more energy. This didn't work because I didn't put enough energy. This didn't work because I did too much. Okay, sometimes we shoot our own selves in the foot because we're doing too much. Sometimes we have to take a step back. Sometimes we have to give it a breather. Sometimes the fire needs a little space and some oxygen. It needs some oxygen to breathe, okay? If you try to smother the fire, it's gone. So don't smother it. Don't smother the fire. Give it room to breathe, okay? And same with you, your fire as well. At least you should be. If you don't feel passionate about something, express that, understand that, tap into that, figure out why. You should be passionate about something. You should be waking up with a sense of purpose. And if you don't have that, explore that. It's okay if you don't, but you should be. You should be excited every day. You should be happy every day. You should be looking forward to something. And if you find those moments where you don't feel that way, Do what you can to pull yourself back into the energy of love, of gratitude, and reminding yourself of your worth. Start with your feet and work your way up in gratitude. Thank you for my feet. Thank you for my ankles. Thank you for my calves. And you make love to yourself from your feet to your crown. Love yourself. Make a head over heart decision to choose you. All right. So what if they don't choose you every time? That's okay, because you're supposed to choose you every time. And when they finally come to realize, oh shit, I should have chose you all the while, you can now stand firm and tall and grounded to know, is this what I want? Is this my truth? Do I still resonate with this energy? Are we still on the same vibration? Are we still speaking the same language? Do we still want the same things? What is your truth? Okay. The truth is, you're not going to be for everybody. The truth is, everybody isn't going to fuck with you. The truth is, everyone doesn't want what's best for you. The truth is, everyone doesn't mean you well when they circle back. They may just be killing time. They may just be bored. They may be confused. And the truth is, it's not your problem to figure that shit out. It's on them to figure it out. Because at the end of the day, they're going to decide how deep they want to go in their feelings. They're going to decide how deep they want to go in their shadow work, how deep they want to go in their truths so that they can express it back out to the world. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up here. Remember, you can follow me on Instagram at CheCheBabe, CheCheBabe, as well as My Virgo Friend podcast. You can also check out my website, myvirgofriend.com. Book me for some services. I think I'm going to pull back from doing personal tarot readings for a little bit. I'm really going to focus back more on yoga and just really focusing on my movement coaching and getting back in the body. So be on the lookout for yoga content from me. Be on the lookout for a Patreon coming up, because I realized I love talking about sex and I love talking about the correlation of sex and spirituality. But I understand a lot of people listen to my podcast for the spirituality, for the positive uplifting, and they may not be there for the sex talk. And I get that. So I believe I'm going to put that on my Patreon. So if you are interested in hearing me talk more about sex, sex and spirituality, spirituality and sex, however you want to word it or phrase it or whatever, join my Patreon. I'm going to release that this month. I've already decided. And that's going to be the space where I maybe have episodes where I'm interviewing more sex specific guests, and where the content is specifically sex the whole time. Okay. Because I like talking about sex and pleasure and liberation and all that good old stuff. I love learning about it, love sharing it, and it's important. Okay. So be on the lookout for that. Thank you so much for watching me on YouTube. And if you listen to this episode on audio, that's what's up. Go watch me on YouTube. Help me get the views. Subscribe to my channel. Subscribe to the podcast. It's not enough to just listen to it on Spotify or Apple. Follow, subscribe. Okay, so you can get the notifications on when a new episode is coming. And remember, give me that 5-star review, drop a review, DM me, let me know what the podcast is doing for you. Give me feedback. Let me know what you want to hear, what you like to hear, what you want to hear more of. And I'm gonna go ahead and go for real this time. All right, you guys. So I love you. I'll see you next time. Thank you for your support. Happy Sagittarius full moon. Bye.